Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Husnain, and we are shooting for sports side on Inside Scoop. And I have with me Sayyid Huzaifa. Why don't you introduce yourself, Huzaifa?
Well, thank you so much, Husnain, for inviting me to this. Once again, I'll be very thankful to the Sports Side Group who have invited me on this. We are going to discuss something really important. Coming on to I'm very fine, and I hope the same for you as well. So,
Yeah,
how are you doing, buddy?
yeah, I'm doing really well. Not so well after
Hmm.
the games that we've seen recently, but
Hmm.
it's good. Um, so we'll start with the breaking news that Naseem Shah might not be playing the World Cup, and obviously that's very significant for Pakistan as the World Cup is right around the corner. So how do you see that, and do you think that there is a bowler who Pakistan can bring in, and he can probably replicate what Naseem used to do?
Well, this is something like it's a bolt from the blue from for the Pakistani team, and honestly
Yeah,
speaking, uh, at the moment, it's really hard to swallow the fact that Naseem Shah, the great Naseem Shah, at this young age will not be playing World Cup and will not be playing against India, especially. So yeah, that is something really concerning right now. And as you spoke, that who do we have as a replacement? So coming to that point, currently standing on the facts, the last match against Sri Lanka that Pakistan lost at a very narrow ending was played by Zaman Khan, and I guess the board and the team selection committee will definitely look into Zaman Khan to fill up the gap created by Naseem Shah. As of now, that is a realistic check. But coming on to the other options that we do have, maybe I don't know, like maybe it can happen is that maybe Hassan Ali gets a surprise call, or maybe
yeah,
someone like that. Some if we go to the experience and that all stuff, the data driven team, as we know that Pakistan is currently. So
yeah.
maybe Hassan Ali can come in. But coming to the new ball, once again we will have the struggle with Shaheen Afridi, because Naseem Shah was the one baking the wickets for Shaheen to to take them. So yeah, that is a big loss for Pakistan. Well, I really hope that this might remains the might and not confirms, but I really hope that Naseem Shah do well and play the World Cup.
So do you think that there is a chance that Haris opens with Shaheen Shah Afridi? We've seen Haris swing the ball a couple of times, and then maybe
Yeah,
Wasim coming in the middle overs, or even Zaman in the middle overs. Do you think that's a good option?
yeah, I guess so. But I guess Haris Rauf opening the bowling. I guess Shaheen tried that in the PSL as well, giving a few matches to Haris Rauf to open the new ball. But I guess you have also noticed that uh, it's get a bit wavered for Haris Rauf to open with the new ball. Yeah, he gets the pace. He has this ability to surprise the batsman, but that comes when he bowls in the middle overs. And coming to Wasim Junior, well, surprisingly, I guess it's a kind of surprising fact. I was recently speaking to my family as well about it. That Wasim Junior has good stats. 16 matches, 24 wickets, and has a good economy as well.
Yeah,
Yet he gets overshadowed by the other performances done by the
yeah.
Pakistani pacers. Yeah, maybe Wasim Junior, but at the World Cup stage, I will rather not give the point to him on this stage. I might go with Hassan Ali if
Hmm.
considered on my side. Hassan Ali can be a better option bowling in the middle overs, because you need a wicket, you go to Hassan Ali. So yeah, last time he played a 50-over tournament, like the ICC tournament, yeah, he was very good.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll obviously have to move back to the Asia Cup because that's what we're covering today.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, how do you think the tournament has gone for Pakistan? Obviously, it's been disappointing. We lost the games we shouldn't have, and the India game was absolutely heartbreaking. So
Well,
do you think?
I,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
So
might correct your question. It was Pakistan versus rain, and Pakistan versus hectic routines and hectic traveling. I might give my team an edge over all of this, because Pakistan, first of all, were ripped off their hosting rights. And again, coming to that point, that Pakistan is the only team suffering with major rain interruptions. Even we saw the last game, India Bangladesh was a complete game, and then the game before versus Sri Lanka again for us was like it was again interrupted by rain. So yeah, the team confidence shakens up when the things don't go in the right direction. Again, we had the injury issues, and But overall, if you see the stats, yes, nobody will like that. And obviously, there is some thumping around for Babar Azam and the team selection committee and all that stuff. But what in like if we see what happens, the team traveled from Multan to Lahore and then again from Lahore to Colombo and then Colombo to Lahore. So it's really tough to play 50 over game and having the traveling stuff and all that. So I will give my team an edge over it, and I really hope that this team will definitely bring some good smiles on the faces of us when the World Cup comes around. And we hope that, yeah, these wounds that have been given by the Pakistani team last 2 days back will heal once we win the World Cup. So really hope that we
Inshallah,
win.
inshallah. This is exactly what I was talking to my friend, that maybe we shouldn't be looking into this so critically. Maybe we need to give our team a bit of a benefit of the doubt, because
Yeah,
uh, it was tough. We lost to India on a huge margin, but then the previous game we could have actually beaten them. 260 runs, not too much in today's day and age.
yeah.
Uh, Maybe
Had
the
it,
loss against India,
yeah,
the length of it, it was by a huge margin, and so
yeah.
maybe that does derail the team's confidence coming into the Sri Lankan game. But we did fight well against this Sri Lanka too,
Well, I guess
right?
we really fought well. We brought it to 6 of 2, and that was something like we were hoping that we will win. And that four of the edge was totally unlucky to say, because
Yeah,
Zaman did hold that really well. And well, what you were talking about just now was the India game. Yeah. Now, India game, if we see, normally the people will say that Pakistan only won against Nepal and Bangladesh. That is not the whole story. That is just the 50% of the story. Yeah. India game was washed out. We were totally all over India. And unfortunately, we got only 1 point there. We might have won that game. And had we won that game, the whole scenario would have changed. We would have been very, very confident coming into the Super Four. And then
yeah,
again, the major difference that was created was when the game was gone into the reserve day. It should have not been that, uh, because it was a normal group game, and it should have, because as I was just studying around Arjuna Ranadunga was really critic over ICC and ACC, that how comes a team gets a reserve day for a group game. So that is something really questionable, and I guess it should have not happened. But I don't know what's the background story of that. So if that would have not happened,
yeah,
Pakistan would have been playing final tomorrow. So that is
yeah.
something. So yeah, it's like that.
Um, okay, so my next question is about Pakistan's opening, Imam and Fakhr. Now,
Yeah.
Imam does play in a particular style. We all know that he
Hmm.
has improved his strike rate as well over past couple of years. We think
Yeah.
of the Australia series when Australia visited Pakistan. Imam was
Uh-huh.
batting at a very good strike rate that game. But
Yeah.
what about Fakhr? Do you think that Fakhr has slowed down a lot? I think personally, from what I've seen, is that now he's started to take a lot more time than what he used to do earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
so
have really done well. Fakhar Zaman, his natural instinct was always to go attacking, to go
yeah,
over the ballers, to go on the ballers. But now what happens is he comes and he takes his time, and that is ruining his game actually. So
yeah,
as you saw, like whole of the scenario was built. Bilal game will go through the Pakistani batting, and we are not good at spin and dash and that. But Abdullah Shafiq turned the tables,
hmm,
and we saw him coming down the track, hitting out of the park, and that was a 91-meter big shot that
yeah,
was
yeah,
that he played against the spinning delivery of Bilal. Okay, so one thing that should be given to Fakhar Zaman is, you are our opener. You play 10 balls, you score 30 runs, you are done.
hmm,
That's it. That is your job. We have Imamul Haq doing the same thing, taking the innings to the deep end. But yeah, your job is to go there, hit a few runs, hit a few boundaries, hit a few sixes, and you are done. That's it. That should
yes.
be the plan given to Fakhar Zaman. But this is not happening, and that is why his game plan is deteriorating. And again, if I say, his ranking is going down, his averages are falling. So I guess, and again, this will be in his back of mind, and that the people call him the Pindi bully nowadays. So I really hope that Fakhar rejudges his plans, and I hope he will adjust it. But I really don't see him playing the opening game of the World Cup. I might see Abdullah Shafiq and Imamullah opening there.
So Abdullah Shafiq, I want to talk about Abdullah Shafiq. I want to know that do you really think that he is the person to go after Fakhar Zaman? Because if we talk about the strike rate, we know Abdullah Shafiq can really express himself and go after the Pacers. We've seen it
Yeah.
in PSL. But do you really think that he will have the confidence to attack, like probably someone like a Travis Head does for Australia? You think he could be that
Well,
person when
it's a
Imam is
tricky
going
question,
slow?
It's a tricky question from you. So, you just bowled a store ball to me, and I was just kind of beaten on that. So, what I think is, yeah, Abdullah Shafiq has his own style of playing. If we see his PSL record, even if we see his domestic T20 record, he has a solid base. And what I follow cricket and what I see through the cricket is, I believe the player should be solid on his technique. If we consider Babar Azam, maybe Muhammad Rizwan, they are the best T20 openers right now. They are not six hitters at all, but yeah, they are considered as one of the best opening player in T20s. And Pakistan has enjoyed a lot of successes when these two play well. So maybe I'm not sure about it, but that's a prediction from my side. You can like make a breaking news out of it. But maybe Abdullah Shafiq can be a better choice in the World Cup against any of the sides, because his technique is solid and he is solid on his defense. He is solid on his drives and he can go big when needed. So maybe, yeah. But in case of Fakhar Zaman, that is something hit and trial, you can say. If he hits big. If he doesn't, and he'll sit down. He will go back to the dressing room and sit. So maybe the pressure will come on again, the number three and number four batsman, like it's been. And I also criticize my captain on this, Babar Azam. Like he himself is not being so much expressive like the way we would have wanted. Like coming on to the memes that we all see throughout the days, Babar Azam. You also have gone through the words, the Babar Azam being called on him as well. So I really hope that Babar Azam himself scores big against the big teams and do well against the teams like Australia, New Zealand. He has done well in the past, but
Yeah.
yeah, currently he's not in his good go zone. So I really hope that he does well. And if he does well, and then definitely everyone has to step up and everyone has to prove that, Captain, we are right there for you.
So now let's move towards the middle order of Pakistan. We've got Rizwan,
Mhm.
we've got Salman Agha, and we've got Iftikhar Ahmed. I wanted to know how do you rate their performances in this Asia Cup as it's been?
Well, I honestly, I'll rate Iftikhar much higher than others because Iftikhar and Rizwan, obviously Rizwan played really well in the last game, but yeah,
Yeah.
Rizwan was a bit floppy in his fielding, in his like his primary job is to wicket keep.
Mm.
He was a bit off in that stage. But Iftikhar was given the ball, he was bowling well. He was given the batting, he was batting well.
Yeah.
So Iftikhar on top of all of them. But yeah, Agha needs to learn one thing. He has good shots, he has good off and leg stump shots, but he has to learn one thing, that to keep refraining from the sweep shot. He has injured himself from that, and he just keep on playing that, and that is something causing him the failure. He's a good player, but I might go with South Shakil in place of Haga Salman. The rest of the team will definitely, Rizwan will be there, and then Iftikhar is really doing well. So I really hope that this World Cup, Iftikhar is a key for us in the middle order.
Okay, so now we will be talking about our spinners, Shadab Khan and Nawaz.
Do we have any spinners right now?
Yeah, I mean that's the question. We might be looking into Abrar or Usman Osama Mir if these two don't work. But why do you think that they are not picking up wickets? What I've seen from Shadab is that he bowls outside the off stump a lot. He's very
Yeah,
defensive in his bowling,
yeah,
and then he used to be very accurate when he used to be very good. But
yeah,
now he is bowling those short balls as well. It's just not the Shadab we know from the past.
exactly.
It's just
Well, on this, I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you a
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Do you really think Shadab is a bowler right now, or he is a batting all rounder currently?
Well, he's neither at this point, but
Yeah.
we know that he has the pedigree. He can, because what we've seen from Shadab is that when he is bowling well, he goes with good bowling throughout the tournaments. We've seen him in
Mhm.
PSLs as well. The PSL he's not bowling well. He's not bowling well. But then there's this PSL in which he does ball well. He gets
Yeah.
20 odd wickets in them, in that PSL, and then he is literally unplayable. He's getting wickets left, right, and
Hmm.
center. He's getting the wickets of Babar Azam with googlies, and now it just seems like he's not landing his googlies well. He is just struggling overall. You think maybe staying with him, he might be able to find his rhythm back, or do we really have to
Yeah.
go with Osama Mir or
Coming to
just
that,
change?
I'll throw another half volley to you. So get ready with your bat. Do you really think that Imad might fill in the space, or maybe someone else? Because if I answer that question, you ask me, I'll rather allow Shadab to take rest for a few months and maybe go back to the domestic and then grind again and then learn the bowling art and all the stuff and just go to the reset mode like Hassan Ali or like the others did. So they are in the contention again. So Shadab has the pedigree, as you said, but he needs to go back to the basics, learn the basics again, and then come back. I will rather say to all the players that are currently in Pakistan to go back to their to go back to their domestic teams and then play at least one 4-day game. So maybe they'll learn the importance of the game and to go back and get ready for the World Cup. But what do you think? Do you think that any of the spinners, or we have the pool, maybe we don't have any pool right now for the spinners, but do you really think Imad Wasim, maybe he'll come back to the side? A surprise selection, maybe?
For Imad, I think it's very tricky to get him back into the team because the problem we have with Shadab is that he's not getting wickets in the middle overs.
Yeah.
And if we look at Imad's history, he
Hmm.
doesn't do that either. He only does that against a team like West Indies, maybe.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We have
You
seen
are
it,
you are
right?
you are spot on.
We
Yeah.
So maybe we need to stick with Nawaz and then
Mhm.
maybe throw in a bit of Osama Mir. I think that would be the best solution. We
Mhm.
don't need to
I,
really go drastic.
Yeah,
And
you just got on to Samamir. I really like that bowler. He's a tall guy and he can get good spin, and obviously he's a really energetic person. But considering the fact he just played 3 games against Afghanistan, maybe two of them, I guess, if I'm not wrong. The two of them he played there, and he was exposed again on the spinning track of Hemantota. So
yeah,
one thing our leg spinners need to learn, and that is why Abrar has the edge on all of them. That they need to know to pitch the ball. Even Shadab was bowling well in a bit of overs. 2 balls are good, 3 are good, and other 3 are going like they are going
yeah.
around the park, going around like full tosses. So I really think that Abrar Ahmed may be the surprise package for Pakistan coming into this World Cup. How do you rate Abrar on the one day? Like if you consider him in the one day selections, how do you rate him? It's my
So
question. Yeah.
um, he doesn't have much of the list record. He's got 17 wickets of 11 games. I'm not sure really. But
Hmm.
what we've seen in T20s is that he does ball with the new ball. And then
Yeah.
in test matches, he does get wickets often regularly.
Hmm.
He's not the kind of bowler who's going to spin the ball a lot, but then he's just going to deceive the batter with his variations. That's what he does, and maybe that could be that could solve our issues because uh, Sri Lanka has Thikshana, who is a mystery spinner, and Abrar can maybe fill in the same role for us. But
Considering the fact that Thikshana ruled out of the final and he might be going for 3 weeks rest. So let's see if he plays the opening game of the World Cup for Sri Lanka as well. So it's really a kind of thing that Sri Lanka will also look into. But yeah, well, let me ask you a very superstitious question. I really don't. But is Sri Lanka is something that haunts Babar when it comes to knockout games? Because Pakistan again last time Asia Cup final, and Pakistan was in the winning seat, driving seat, and they lost it from there. And yet again, it was a good over. Zaman Khan was bowling all okay, and then it came to 6 of 2, and then Pakistan again lost it. So how do you think we are the new chokers in the town against Sri Lanka?
well, I mean, we've seen Pakistan choking in recent past. Uh, but what we've done well is that we've also reached the finals and the semi-finals. Only this tournament we weren't able to do that because of the rain
Hmm.
and the travel that Pakistan team had. But what works for Sri Lanka is that their spinners they choke our batters in the middle overs, and
Yeah,
we don't score enough runs against them. Uh, we look to attack their pacers more than their spinners, and then someone
yeah.
like a Lalage comes in and he chokes the entire innings, and then we are just looking at how are we even going to score runs. And Babar also struggles against the left arm
Yeah, Baba
spinners,
struggled big
wrist
time.
spinners.
I don't
Yeah,
get that fact. He's debuted in 2015, and yet again still today Keshav Maharaj. Which spinner we can calculate, and even Adil Rashid and all those spinners, Baba struggles big time. So let's hope he doesn't, because in this World Cup, yeah, many teams will play left arm spinner against Pakistan because they don't know the weak point of of our skipper. So I really hope that Babar Azam works on it, and I really hope he comes out of his shell and express him like he did in 2019 World Cup. He was really good there, no doubt. 4 years back, if you see his stats, 474 runs in that World Cup, a record for Pakistan. So I guess, but coming to the fact now, we got something interesting also to discuss here. Is like India versus Sri Lanka. First of all, who are you backing?
well, I would not be backing India at all. I want to see Sri Lanka win this tournament.
Yeah,
I
though
just
they beat us, again, still you are. That's good, huh?
yeah,
That's
we've
good
seen
considering.
Bangladesh beat India, so Sri Lanka can very well beat India. But the issue is that India is just too good a team. They've got all the bases covered at
Yeah.
this point. Their pacers
They
are
got
bowling
each
so
and every ingredient to win this, and if they lose it, it will be a big upset for me because India is going so strong, and
uh,
going with that, if they win the Asia Cup, they will be so hard to beat at the World Cup as well. So really hope that they get the wound that we got last 2 days back, and they learn like they should feel how we felt one or 2 days back. So yeah, it was really a heart-stopping thriller when Pakistan lost it at the last moment. So yeah, so well, we need to just like overview of all the teams I would like to give you, and I will ask your opinion as well. Is coming on to Australia, South Africa. South Africa last night just they tuned the Australian bowling so hard that even Adam Zampa couldn't sleep last night. He would have had so much haunting and all that stuff would have happened him in the hotel room. So I really hope he has got back from what he
yeah.
got last night. He was thumbed all around, and
Uh,
416 was a big total. Do you really think South Africa stand a chance in this World Cup? Maybe now
well,
they
they've
couldn't
got
get
brilliant spinners
intermediates.
in Tabriz Shamsi and Keshav Maharaj,
Yeah,
and Aiden Markram can ball off spin too. So they've got very good 20 to 25 overs of spin in them. And in India, you do need good spinners. Plus, in India, what we've seen is that the pitches are flat, but
yeah.
they
They'll be
swing
belters,
pretty low.
they will be belters, and they will be only scoring runs 350 plus. Would even be defendable. So
Yeah,
let's see how the World Cup goes. Even interestingly, we have match against Australia and New Zealand in Chinnaswamy. So
yeah,
that is a short ground, a small ground and short boundary. There might
yeah,
be a lot of sixes coming up, and maybe we will see the special shot of Muhammad Rizwan on the leg side and just flick and six. So like
yeah.
really hope to see that from Pakistani side.
So, what I was saying about South Africa is that
Yeah.
the ball does swing early doors in India. So they've got guys like Rabada and Noke who can
Hmm.
really clock in quick. Even on
Yeah.
flat decks, they can pick up wickets. Then you've got the variety of Keshav Maharaj and Tabriz Shamsi. These guys can ball well in the middle overs. And if
Hmm.
someone like a Ben Stokes attacks Keshav Maharaj, for example, then they've got
Ben Stokes
Markram
is
to ball off.
fire. Ben Stokes is fire. You
Yeah,
cannot, you cannot deal with that guy. I would want your interesting opinion. England cricket,
yeah,
they changed over the time. They changed after the shocking loss against Bangladesh in 2015 World Cup. They won the 2019 World Cup. Again, they are so strong contender to win this World Cup. Uh, but what do you think? Like Ben Stokes, he was in retirement. He came out of retirement. Same for Moeen Ali. He was in retirement and he again came for the Ashes series. So how is this trend setting up by the England Cricket Board? Do you really think it should happen? Like maybe we call back some players from retirement. Maybe Shahid Afridi takes back retirement, come back to play for the Pakistani side in the World Cup.
Yeah, it works for England because their players are this good. You know how
Yeah, no
Ben
doubt.
Stokes, he is a phenom when he starts hitting the ball
Yeah.
like he does. And he can bring
Mm.
in wickets in the middle overs to whenever the team needs him. He can bowl that bouncer plan and then get a couple of wickets. So he's the kind of cricketer who you always are hoping for to play in your team.
Yeah.
And then that catch that Ben Stokes took of in the World Cup against South Africa. I forgot the batsman, but Adil Rashid was bowling and he caught it on the boundary with
Yeah, I
one
also don't
hand.
remember, but yeah,
Yeah,
I can memorize the scene, but I still don't remember the batsman who was it. But yeah,
yeah,
he was a great fielder, a great batsman, and obviously
uh,
he's a great leader as well. So being in the team, yeah, he is the key for England if they are to win the World Cup. And I really hope he doesn't fire in this World Cup because we are going to win that. So I really hope Pakistan does well. The Shaheen Brigade will be rooting for them. So I really hope we are heartbroken right now. We are so
yeah,
down, and we really want them to bring the smiles back on our faces. We were happy when the team played the final last year, so we really
mhm,
want to play the final and to win the final now.
yeah, absolutely. We want to win the final now. Uh,
Yeah.
so now we're just going to wrap up the show. I just wanted to know that do you think that Pakistan stands a chance in this World Cup now that Naseem might not play the entire tournament and Shaheen bowling as erratic as he's been bowling against India and Sri Lanka? You think that Pakistan realistically does have a chance?
Well, in any World Cups, Pakistan stands no chance, and Pakistan is the unpredictable team that we root for. So yeah, we are. I'm not predicting Pakistan to win at all because we are unpredictable. We can be on the last of the table or we can top the table.
Hmm.
So, but what I can say is, Allah is the best planner, and really hope that Pakistan will do best and will play best of the game. So yeah, if they play best, they can win it any day, anytime.
So for Pakistan, it really is about doing the basic side.
Yeah,
And there it is,
it's just
guys.
that.
Yeah, there it is, guys. This is going to wrap our show. And until next time, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you.